Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel Logic Medico. Today's interesting topic is medial rectus. If you are new to our channel, kindly consider subscribing to our channel and don't forget to press the thumbs up button because in the end you may forget that. Share this video with your family and friends. So let's start with today's topic, medial rectus. This medial rectus is one of the muscle around the eyeball. Okay. So the location, origin, insertion, nerve supply and action of this muscle. So coming to the location, as I already told, medial rectus is one of the muscle of the eyeball. It is mainly called as extraocular muscle. So this extraocular muscle is located in the conical socket in the face. This conical socket of bone is called as orbit. It is just lateral to our nasal cavity. So that is the location of our medial rectus. To be more specific, within the orbit, it lies in the junction between the medial wall of the orbit and the eyeball. So this is the medial rectus. It is called so because rectus means straight. For the eyeball, it is going straight on which side? On the medial side. That's why it called as medial rectus muscle. It is one of the extraocular muscle. Coming to the origin and insertion. The origin of this muscle is from a common tendinous ring which bridges the superior orbital fissure. It's called as common tendinous ring of Zinn because discovered by that person. Then this muscle runs parallel to this optic nerve and the eyeball on the medial side and gets attached to the white of the eyeball. The white of the eyeball is called as sclera. So which part of the white of the eyeball? It will be in front of the equator of the eyeball. It will be in front of the equator of the eyeball, closer to the cornea. This is the muscle which is very close to the cornea, but still 5.5 millimeter away from the limbus. Now what is this limbus? The white of the eye is called the sclera. The transparent covering of the eye is called cornea. The sclerocorneal junction is called as limbus. 5.5 millimeters away from the limbus, it is attached to the sclera of the eyeball. So that is the insertion of the medial rectus muscle. Coming to the nerve supply and action. The nerve supply of this is by the third cranial nerve or the oculomotor nerve. It will have two divisions, the superior and inferior division. The inferior division supplies the medial rectus. So it is by the third cranial nerve or oculomotor nerve. That is the nerve supply of medial rectus. Come to the last but not the least, action of this muscle. So this is a neutral position of the eye where both the eyes are looking straight forward. Okay. So from this neutral position of the eye, if the medial rectus contracts, the eye will move towards the midline. That is, medially, the eyeball will shift like this. This action, any movement of any structure in the body towards the midline is called as adduction. Even here it's called as adduction of the eyeball, or we can call it as medial rotation of the eyeball. That is a action of this muscle called medial rectus. It is adduction of the eyeball, also called as medial rotation. Adduction is the more commonly used word. Okay. So this action called as adduction is further facilitated by two other muscles, that is superior rectus and inferior rectus, because their orientation is more towards the median plane. So they will help the medial rectus in causing adduction. So the muscles which are helping the medial rectus are superior rectus and inferior rectus. So what happens if the nerve supplying the medial rectus gets damaged? What will happen? Obviously the muscle medial rectus will undergo paralysis. So what will happen to the eyeball's position? So what happens? Normally neutral position of eye, both the eyes looking straight forward, medial rectus will cause adduction of the eyeball. Imagine the nerve supplying the medial rectus is damaged, the muscle will undergo paralysis. So what can happen? Will the eyeball remain like this in neutral position, or it moves away from the midline like this? What do you think can happen? So the eyeball will not remain neutral like this, it will move away from the midline. Why does it move away from the midline? If the eyeball has to be in neutral position, both the medial rectus and lateral rectus should pull the eyeball equidistantly from both the sides to the equal extent. But since here medial rectus is paralyzed, it can't pull the eyeball towards the midline. But the lateral rectus, which is supplied by the abducent nerve or the sixth cranial nerve, is still intact. So this unopposed action of the lateral rectus will make a squint. It is called external squint or external strabismus, or we can also call it as divergent squint, because this is converging, okay, towards the midline. If it goes away from midline, we can call it as divergent squint. So that is a clinical importance. So why squint happens? Not because just medial rectus is paralyzed. It is because the lateral rectus is still functional. So the unopposed action of the lateral rectus and the abducent nerve or the sixth cranial nerve will drag the eyeball towards the lateral side, and that lateral movement of the eyeball results in squint, because one eye keeps seeing straight position while the other eye is looking. The visual axis of both the eyes are not parallel to one another like this. If they are parallel to one another, then it is neutral position, but here it's facing outward now. So that is called external squint or external strabismus. Okay, so thank you for learning medial rectus from Logic Medico. Kindly consider subscribing to our channel for more of such videos. Don't forget to press the thumbs up button and share this video with your family and friends. Thank you very much.